This is a message to the people of Lebanon.
It says it launched more than 300 rockets and several dozen drones.
Every superpower that has tried to destroy Hezbollah has made it stronger. The United States tried. Israel tried. For 40 years, both failed. Now they're trying together. And days after the US and Israel killed Iran's supreme leader, Hezbollah opened fire anyway. That tells you everything about what this group actually is. Hezbollah isn't a militia you bomb into irrelevance. It isn't a terrorist cell hiding in caves. It's something far more complex and far more dangerous. A shadow state built inside a real country, funded by a foreign government, preparing for this moment for 4 decades. To understand what happens next in the US-Israel-Iran war, you first have to understand what Hezbollah really is, where it came from, how it survived everything thrown at it, and why the people paying the highest price have nothing to do with the war fought on their soil. This is the full story. Hezbollah was born in 1982 during Israel's invasion of Lebanon. With support from Iran's Revolutionary Guards, the IRGC, it started as a small guerrilla group fighting to drive out Israeli forces. But it quickly became something more, a political movement, a social service provider, and eventually, a state within a state. There's a river in southern Lebanon most people have never heard of. Not the longest, not the widest, not the most strategic on any geography class map. But more wars have been fought over this single waterway than almost any other border on Earth. It's called the Litani River. It sits at the center of every chapter of this story, from Hezbollah's birth in 1982 to the Israeli strikes happening right now. Here's what's often missed. After every major defeat, Iran has rebuilt Hezbollah from the ground up. In 2006, after a devastating war with Israel, Iran poured in weapons, training, and cash to rebuild Hezbollah's arsenal. By 2023, Hezbollah had over 100,000 rockets and missiles, the largest non-state military force in the world. Then on September 17, 2024, something happened no military textbook had prepared for. Thousands of pagers exploded simultaneously across Lebanon. The devices had been distributed to Hezbollah operatives as secure communications. What they didn't know, each had been compromised during supply chain infiltration. 3 grams of explosive embedded inside every device, triggered by a single encrypted signal. The following day, walkie-talkies exploded, 42 killed, over 3,500 injured, hundreds permanently blinded, including Iran's own ambassador to Lebanon. Think about what that does psychologically. Your phone, your radio, your lifeline, turned into a weapon. Hezbollah didn't just lose fighters that day. It lost the ability to trust anything. What followed was swift. Israel assassinated Hassan Nasrallah, Hezbollah's leader for over 30 years, then his presumed successor, then dozens of senior commanders. By the end of 2024, 80% of Hezbollah's medium and long-range arsenal was gone. 5,000 fighters dead. The shield was shattered, but Iran wasn't finished. After these losses, Iran took an even more direct role. The IRGC sent roughly 100 officers into Lebanon. Their mission, retrain, rearm, and reorganize Hezbollah's military command into decentralized cells, so it could survive a full-scale war. This wasn't just sending weapons. It was a hands-on reconstruction. Military advisors embedded themselves in the command structure. That's the level of control Iran has today. But Hezbollah is not just a military force. Over 4 decades, it has built a parallel state in Lebanon. It runs hospitals, schools, and municipal services. It operates garbage collection, repairs roads, and even runs a mobile phone network. In parts of Lebanon, especially the south and the Bekaa Valley, Hezbollah is the government. This gives them a shield, but also a vulnerability. The Lebanese government is weak, fractured by sectarian politics. For many Lebanese, especially Shia communities, Hezbollah fills a vacuum the state never could. But that integration comes at a cost. Every time Hezbollah and Israel escalate, Lebanese territory, infrastructure, and civilians become the battlefield. In the latest round of hostilities, the human toll has been staggering. UNICEF reported over 370,000 children uprooted from their homes. Reuters documented destroyed bridges, damaged homes, and entire towns emptied near the border. The World Food Program warned of a looming food crisis in southern Lebanon as farmers can't access their fields. Iran doesn't pay that cost. Hezbollah's leadership doesn't pay it. Ordinary Lebanese do. This is what analysts mean when they say Lebanon is the pressure valve for the Iran-Israel conflict. When tensions rise, the pressure isn't released in Tehran or Tel Aviv. It's released on the streets of Beirut, the villages of the south, the homes of families who have nothing to do with the war. So if Iran is pulling the strings, why hasn't a full-scale war erupted already? A delicate calculation. Iran wants a powerful deterrence force on Israel's border, something that can inflict massive damage if Israel strikes Iranian nuclear sites. Hezbollah wants to survive and maintain its social power. Those goals align until they don't. A full-scale war would devastate Lebanon. It would destroy Hezbollah's social infrastructure, the hospitals, schools, and legitimacy it spent decades building. For Hezbollah, survival is the priority. So they calibrate their strikes to avoid a catastrophic Israeli response. Israel, meanwhile, has its own limits. A ground invasion of Lebanon would be costly. So both sides engage in a deadly dance, limited strikes, calculated escalations, always pulling back from the brink. But every small battle grinds down Lebanese lives and infrastructure, and the people of Lebanon pay the price for a conflict they didn't choose. When I studied international relations, I learned that the hardest conflicts to resolve are those where an armed group becomes indistinguishable from a country's social fabric. Hezbollah is not just a fighting force, it's a shadow state. It provides services, jobs, and identity for millions of Lebanese. That makes it nearly impossible to dismantle without collapsing the society it serves. If we want to understand what happens next, we have to stop seeing Hezbollah as just a proxy and start seeing it for what it is, a strategic partner for Iran that has built itself into the very structure of a country. There is a river in southern Lebanon that Israel first crossed in 1978, triggering the chain of events that created Hezbollah. Every war since has been fought over that same line. The Litani River is simultaneously the origin of Hezbollah's existence and the boundary Israel is trying to enforce today. That is not coincidence. That is history that never ended. Every superpower that tried to destroy Hezbollah made it stronger. The question now, with Iran's leadership shattered, Lebanon burning, and Hezbollah firing anyway, is whether this time is different, or whether 40 years from now, someone will be making a documentary about the group that rose from these ruins. This is Beyond Borders. If you want more deep dives on the actors shaping the Middle East, subscribe to Beyond Borders. Drop a comment telling me which group or conflict you want me to break down next. I'll cover it in an upcoming video.